Yo, what's up everybody, Jumpin here, and I am back with my Noob's Guide for Elden Ring. In the last episode, we were clearing this town of Sorcery, and then we actually went and did everything on the western side of the lake, and we did the side castle. So in this episode, we are going to come over here and start this major side quest and do the stuff that's over here. And then we're going to go to the eastern side of the lake and do everything over here, because there's a lot to do in that spot. Now before we do anything though, there was an item that I missed in this town of Sorcery which I deem to be important. It's one of the paintings. Now when it comes to these paintings, by the way, I'm not going out of my way to actually turn them in right now because I plan on collecting all of them, and then in one of these episodes I will go and turn them all in at once. That's kind of the plan. But in here on the left, as I'm going this way from that grace, here's the painting. It's pretty hidden, I guess, because it's like underneath this spot. I actually said this was like a broken down building, but it's kind of not. Watch out, we got tons of enemies trying to get us as well. But let me go in and pick this up. And it's right there. The red main painting. Watch out. Oh, leave me alone. Let me get out of here. I also have a lot of XP right now because I did pop every golden rune I had in my inventory. I had a ton of them. So I actually have 150,000 runes right now, and I'm going to go ahead and level up and get my vigor up some more, because my plan is to get 60 vigor, and I believe I'm getting close to getting 45. So let's go ahead and dump it all in there. I'm at level 90 now, so that's really cool. And now we can go ahead and travel back to this manor. I did actually miss an item in the manor as well. If you were watching the last episode, I did leave a comment and a timestamp to point out what I missed. It's just crafting materials though, so it's nothing that I deem important to go and get right now. So I'm not going to go and get it, but the painting I do deem to be important. That's why I wanted to take the time to go and grab it. So I'm going to fast travel over here, and I'm going to cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, well I'm actually back at the road to Manor, Grace, because there actually is a couple items over here I need to still grab. If you remember, there was the sorcery coming down trying to hit me, and I rushed the manor, and then we cleared the manor. I do think that's probably the better thing to do, but where we're going to go now is we're going to go up here in this corner, so put a beacon down over there, and we're going to go and get all these graves where we can get some golden runes, which is totally worth it. And then the other item I need to get, which technically I could have actually got that earlier, I just forgot about it, is going to be something for our mixed potion. It's going to give us plus 10 intelligence for 3 minutes. Now all of those stat boosting mixed potion items are very useful because what you can actually do with them is you can actually meet the requirements for certain things. Let's say you have a weapon or something that requires like 15 intelligence. Well, if you want to try out the weapon, but you don't want to level up your intelligence, you can just go ahead and use the mixed potion item, boost your intelligence up to whatever with the plus 10, try out the weapon, and if you like it, then maybe you will actually level up your intelligence and use that weapon. So the mixed potion has a lot of useful things like that, but one of the things that we will be getting is actually a mixed potion item that will make it so that we will not consume any FP for 10 seconds. Now that's the downside. It's only for 10 seconds, and it's really good on like a sorcerer build. But you can also use it if you want to summon certain really powerful ashes. And that's what we're going to be doing. I keep talking about this really powerful ash that we're going to go and get. And there's actually another one as well. Make sure you put your beacon on the bottom, not on the top, because this item is on the bottom. And we're going to cut through these runes so we can drop down and go and get it. But there are a couple really powerful ashes that we can summon, but they will cost like 100 and something FP, which we do not have. And we're not going to be leveling up our mind to get more FP. So it's better just to use the mixed potion where we can drink it, not consume any FP, summon the ashes, and then we're good to go. So it's kind of a waste in a way of a mixed potion item because we're only using it to help us summon. But it's not really a waste because it's so powerful. Those summons are so strong. It's totally worth it to actually use the mixed potion item so that you can summon these things. Okay, so watch out. There's a bunch of wolves over here, but you can ignore them. And where we're going to get this item, there's going to be some of the creepy hands. So that's always really annoying. I believe there is one that is dug in to the ground. So watch out, it's just right over here. Try to avoid that. Let's take out these couple hands here. And now we can attack the one that's in the ground. And take him out. Pick up this item, and we are good. So now we can actually make our way back over here. And we can do all the stuff that's over here. The very first thing I'm going to do is actually go to the right side. Because there's several items to grab, and there's a boss battle over there. It's always really confusing where to get out of here, but it's just straight, I guess. And it's where this crystal is, so we're going to run out. And there is a tower in front of us. Don't worry about that tower. That's actually for this side quest over here. And instead, let's just make a right. Now, as we're coming down this way, there's going to be a grace, but before that, there will also be a scarab that will drop, I think, an Ash of War. So make sure to take out the scarab. And remember how I was talking about the paintings, and I said that we're going to wait on the paintings and turn them all in at some point? Well, technically, we can turn one in down here. I might do it, I might not. There is a graveyard, and in the graveyard, you can actually turn in the paintings. So that is the grace right there. Make sure you light it. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a beacon down, and we're going to go down here into the graveyard, and somewhere around here, I'm not exactly sure, but somewhere around here you can actually turn in one of the paintings. I believe I probably have the painting at this point. I think you get it from the manor. Take out these guys, and we can pick up this item over here, and this is actually going to be some ashes for those guys. I'm gonna look around real quick, but I'm not tripping on turning in the painting because, like I said, I'm probably going to wait on those and try to do them all in like one episode where I'll be like, alright, it's time to go and turn in all the paintings. Let's go and do each one, and I'll show you where to go. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time looking around for that, but I believe you will find like a ghost guy, and then if you approach him, he'll disappear, and you can get the item. Watch out, this is one of those giant wolves. Let's take this thing out. It's very, very annoying. May knock me off the horse. God, it moves so fast, it's crazy. This thing moves around so fast. And where did he go? Okay, I'm just gonna block and take him out. That's a crafting material right there. Resummon the horse, and pick up all these items. And there's one more thing over here, and that is going to be this, another one of these jails. And this jail is going to have a boss in it. Obviously, I'm just making sure I pick up all this stuff. I don't really remember what boss it is, though, or what it drops. But I'm sure it's going to be pretty easy. But let's head over there. And then we'll start working on this side quest. I've made a decision on this side quest. I think I am going to skip it ahead somewhat. Because the big part about this side quest, I've already talked about it now multiple times, is that there's going to be a potion quest. And in the potion quest, you're supposed to, like, go and give this potion to this girl. It's the one who helped us in Stormville Castle. You don't have to give it to her, though. It doesn't really matter how you do it. But at the same time, what we're going to do is we're going to not do that. That way, we can actually go ahead and give the potion to this other guy who is going to appear in the capital. That's the problem, is that he appears in the capital. And it's going to be a while before we go to the capital, because I'm not trying to like skip a ton of stuff and say, well, let's just go to the capital right now. I don't want to do that. So what we will do is we will do some of this quest, then I'm going to skip it ahead because we can skip a lot of this quest if we just simply go to this castle down here. So down here in this area, there's a castle. I also do want to clear this area in one of the future episodes very soon. I'm going to clear this area. So while I'm clearing this area, I will do the castle here as well, and that will skip the quest ahead. And we're not going to miss a lot, because the other place that we're also going to go, probably in the next episode, is going to be to these river wells. There's two of them that we can go to. These are some of the underground areas I've talked about before, and we're going to go and clear them. And one of the river wells is going to contain one of the NPCs associated with this quest. And I believe as you follow that part of the quest, the guy is going to tell us to go and actually clear that castle. So once that happens, we'll go and actually do the castle, skip the quest ahead, and we can just avoid this potion quest altogether. So now I'm back over here, and I put a marker down for you, but go ahead and put a beacon there, because there's going to be a scarab. There's also a dragon in this area, but it's not really a boss fight, because this dragon is going to disappear when it gets to about half health. So take the scarab out, and now, if you want to summon, you can. I guess I will. I don't even know if my summon's going to help me or not. But this dragon does like to fly, so be ready for that, and just attack it. And hopefully you can take it out before it's going to fly away. Now, it's going to disappear at some point, and that's very confusing as well. There it goes. It's going to disappear. The very first time I did this, I was really expecting it to come back and surprise attack me. But that's it. It's gone. It's never coming back to this area. But the dragon was guarding this tower. This is where the NPC is. She's the #1 waifu and the thumbnail of this series. I love her. But let's just go ahead and take out all the wolves. And what's really weird is you can actually ride your horse. And you can ride it in this tower. And it looks awkward. But there is a grace right here. And the beginning of this quest is also very confusing. Because the moment that you start the quest, you cannot leave this area. You can't teleport. You can walk outside of the tower, but you can't actually leave the grounds of the tower. And it took me like 20 minutes to figure out what to do. I was running around like a dummy on my very first playthrough, because what you have to do is once you talk to all these NPCs, you have to go back to the girl and talk to her again. I'm sure she might actually mention that, but I probably wasn't paying attention, I'll be honest. But go ahead and talk to her, and she is so awesome. Definitely the #1 waifu in my opinion, but we need to serve her. And this is also going to unlock one of the major endings of the game. To me, the major endings are going to be the ones that are going to unlock trophies and achievements. There are 3 of them. One is just the normal ending that you will always have access to. And her side quest will unlock one of the other major endings. And then there's also another one from Fia, which we are already in the process of doing her quest. We will complete her quest as well. So by the end of this guide, you will have access to all 3 of the major endings for the trophies and achievements. Now this is that blacksmith guy. We can talk to him. And we actually go back to him. I believe we can get some more dialogue out of him if we want to talk to him over at the Road to Manor at this point. And over here, we're going to talk to this wolf guy again. Remember him. He's real cool. And he's going to tell you to meet him in one of those wells. And that's the thing. If we go down there, we can clear the well, and we can find him, talk to him, and actually start that part of the quest. And the final one over here is this wizard guy who is a real dick. I'm going to be honest. He's not a good guy. And he wants us to do this potion quest, but his quest is all about making people into puppets. Literally, he's trying to make people his slave. He's not a good guy at all. And we are not going to actually help him. Now, the one potion that we're going to use on the guy to get him as a summon, it might seem like we're kind of being evil because we're going to turn someone into a slave or a puppet. But trust me, the guy we're going to give this potion to, he's not a good guy. He's actually one of the most evil guys in the whole game. So I'm not too concerned about giving him the potion and turning him into a puppet. I don't care. Now, the other girl, though, that he wants you to give it to, she hasn't done anything bad. So you do get the option to not give her the potion, and you can just skip that whole part entirely. And that's what I would normally recommend to do, but because I want to get this really powerful summon, we're going to wait on it. We're not going to actually do this quest right now at all, and we're going to go to the capital eventually, and then we will give that potion to the other guy, the evil dude, and we will get him as a summon. So now we can actually leave this area, finally, and we can actually go and talk to the wizard guy since we're here still, and he's going to give us the potion, and we're just going to ignore it at this point. And there's a couple other things to grab in this area, and we're going to go and do that. So the tower is just right over there to the right. You can actually put a beacon down. You could see it on your map easily. It's actually this little circle thing, but there's no need because we know where it's at. It's right to our right. Just make sure you find the spot to actually drop off because it can be kind of a far drop depending on where you are. But this is good. There's also an item at the top of his tower, and there's a helmet too we can get. We can get that wolf guy's mask, which is one of the cooler armors in the whole game in my opinion. But go ahead and talk to him, and we will now be able to accept his task. And also there's another thing in this area that I'm going to go and do real quick, and it's really interesting. I don't know if we can actually complete it now. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to experiment a little bit here. But we're going to go ahead and climb up the ladder. I do believe you need to do his potion quest before you can actually get access to this other side quest. But run up to the top of the tower, and let's open up this chest. This is going to be another memory stone, which is cool. And we can actually jump off the tower to get to this helmet that's over here. So let me go ahead and do that. So just run and jump, and you can pick up this item, and that is going to be that guy's helmet. Then we can drop down, and now I'm going to show you on the map where to go, but where we're trying to get to is we are going here. So let me zoom out, and if we go over there, we're going to find like one of those invisible wizards, and we will also find a staircase, but it's a fake wall. We need to unlock the staircase, and then we can go ahead and go down there. And I believe we can maybe start his other part of his quest, because this guy actually has a couple quests. The main one is the potion quest, but then after that, he also has a quest where he wants you to betray Ranni, which is my waifu, and we're not going to do that. So instead, we're going to start that process, but we're not going to complete it. So over here, you can see these messages if you're online. Here's the wizard guy, and just roll into it, and that's going to unlock it. And now we can run down here, and we can actually see a message. It's one of these NPC messages, but this is his secret puppet room, where all of his slaves and puppets are. There's a fake wall over here as well, and yeah, there's that girl again. That's the third time we've seen her, and by the way, it is listed as her again. It's her third location. It's very confusing. I really don't understand that girl, that sorcerer lady. So now that we've discovered this room, let's go back to the guy and see if we can actually get the dialogue option. That's what we're actually looking for, and I'm going the wrong way. We need to go down here. But we're looking for the dialogue option where we can say, we found his secret puppet room. If it's not there, it's probably because we're going to have to actually do the potion quest first, and that's fine. So let's go ahead and ride on down to the tower. There's another thing we can do here where we can actually go back to the manor, and if we go back to the manor, there's another NPC we can talk to. And you won't have access to this NPC until you're in this area. Let's talk to him and see if we can actually get the option, and I don't think we will. Nope. You have to do the potion quest first, and then we can actually do his follow-up quest. But the main thing with the follow-up quest is you do have to discover that secret puppet room, and then you will get the option once you have completed the potion quest. So now, if we come over here, there is a scarab, so just hug the right as you're leaving the tower. That's an FP scarab, so it's not important, but we're going to hop on down, and this is going to take us back to the manor. It's going to kick me off the horse because I'm technically in the manor. We can walk off the side here to these wooden platforms, and there's going to be a rooftop over here, and we can actually get an item up there. I believe it's a crafting material, so I'm not going to really trip on it too hard, but I'll show you where it's at. It's just on the top of the roof, so let's pick this up. And now we need to drop down this hole that's over here. And this is going to take us to like this top portion of where this one Grace was. If you were like exploring really well and looking around, you might have seen this item up here. But this is actually that church area. And this guy over here is an NPC. So we could talk to him. And you need to talk to him twice. And he's going to sell some stuff. So I'm going to buy a couple things. This celestial dude, this is to forgive your sins. If you need one, you can always buy one from him, maybe. But you really don't need it because we're not going to be committing sin. But he is selling one of these. This is a tier for respecking. Definitely buy that. He has a cookbook. And this Ash of War, I'm not going to use it, but I want to get all the Ashes of War that I can. So I'm going to buy it. But this Ash of War is overpowered. If you're watching this in the future, they may actually nerf it. because this goes on your shield and it will scale off of your shield. So if you have like a powerful shield, what will end up happening is that you can hit with that attack for like 6,000 damage. It's insane. And in PvP, you can actually one-shot people with it. It is absolutely ridiculous. But now we are kind of done with this little area over here. So now we are going to actually start working on this eastern side. Now right here, this is another one of those river wells. And in the next episode, I believe I'm going to do both of the river wells. I'm going to do the first one where that wolf guy should be. Then I'll come over here and do this one. And then we will start probably working on this area at some point. And like I said, by me going to the castle, that's going to advance this side quest, and I don't actually have to complete the potion quest yet. So I'm going to go ahead and fast travel over to the Academy Gate Town, and we're going to start working on this eastern side. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, well, it is nighttime right now, and that's a good thing. So you want to make it night because we do have a Night Rider boss that we need to actually take out. So the first place we're going to go is over here to this Grace. And I'm going to grab some items along the way. There's like a broken down bridge. And then there's another item over here that we also want to go and get. So let me go ahead and get on the horse. And let's head over to this broken bridge. And the items that are along the way to the Grace aren't really important items or anything like that. But since I'm heading over there anyway, why not grab them along the way? So the first one's right here. Pick that up. And then there's going to be like a shack or something to the left. And there's also, underneath the bridge, another item. So as we head over to this Grace, there's a shack. There it is. A couple enemies over here as well, but let's just take him out. And I believe, yes, this is a silver fowlfoot, which is useful for item discovery. And like I said, underneath the bridge, there's another item that's just over here. Let me pick that up, and we can ignore all these enemies. Now, I would recommend probably going ahead and going up this bridge and getting that Grace that's right up there. But then once you've gotten it, let's head over to this little spot, which is in the lake itself. And this is going to be an ash, one of the summons. And we want to go and get that because we were trying to get all of the ashes and the ashes of war just to be a completionist and get everything that we possibly can. So right over here, there's a bunch of these poison guys, and I believe this ash is their summon, which almost every enemy in the game you can summon as an ash, which is kind of insane. And of course, some of them are very aggressive, and some of them are very defensive. And besides the one I keep talking about, the really powerful summon, which is the Dung Eater, that is who we're going to be making into a puppet so that we can make him into an ash. But besides that one, there's another one at the end of this Ranni quest line that is also very powerful. And it's kind of up to you on which one you might want to end up using. Let me get rid of all this stuff on the map real quick. And now we can head over here and fight this Night Rider boss. And I don't really think I need to buff. I don't believe you can summon your wolves for this. But right on the road, he should be over here. And I see him. Should be easy on the horse. Just because we need to ride up on him and smack him. Once we kill his horse, just like all of these ones, he's gone. He's completely dead and screwed once his horse is gone. And there we go. We got him. Now, I'm going to go back to the Grace real quick just to make it noon because I don't want it to be night. It's always harder to see at night. And that's going to give you the Ash of War Ice Spike, which I have never used before. I said spike, but it's actually Ice Spear. Let me go ahead and rest here. And I am going to pass the time, make it noon. And there's a lot to do over here. We're going to start with the bottom portion. The top portion is a little annoying just because there is a spot. There's some like ruins, and man, the enemies there, there's some archers, and they are so good at sniping you. Same with the river well. When we go down in the next episode to one of those river wells, there's going to be a ton of these guys who are going to snipe you, and it's terrible. Now, there's like a little battle or war going on between some knights and some ghosts. So let's try to take this giant out. He's kind of annoying though. Wow, he's super aggressive. And there we go. there's items along the way, so let's make sure that we actually pick up all the items. There's another one right in the middle of the road. Of course, everybody's looking at me now. Cool. And that is a weapon, so that's totally worth getting. Now I'm going to ignore the rest of these enemies, and you should be able to see this a lot easier because you haven't gotten the grace yet. But there is a grace that's just right over here, so make sure you actually hit that grace. And if we look over there, we can see one of those statues pointing us to a catacombs. And we will be going there. The catacombs is right here. It's on the other side of that cliff. But before we do that, let's just turn around and you can see a tower up on that hill. Let's go up there and we will do the tower. Now there is a very annoying sorcerer on the top of that tower. So it's best to kind of just rush the tower. I think there might be one item along the way. So we can pick up that item and then just rush the tower. Otherwise, you're going to get super annoyed by that. The sorcerer trying to snipe you the whole time. So pick that up. Now let's go ahead and hop off the horse. And we can start climbing up this lookout tower. And there's a ton of these sorcerers. So as you're climbing, you're probably going to get shot as well, which sucks. So let's pick that up, which is a cookbook. And that's good. I believe there's an item up here on the top, but the main thing is we got to get our revenge on this stupid sorcerer. If you were trying to fight down there, it's a nightmare. The whole time this thing is going to be trying to hit you, and it's just annoying. So pick that up. That's a staff. Now we can just hop on down all the way. And there are some ruins over here as well. And we can actually continue a side quest over here. Do you remember the girl? She wanted to become a maiden, and she is eating human eyeballs. I'm serious. It's creepy, it's weird, but that's what she's doing. You can see this like creepy head thing, and just over here, these are the ruins. And if you want to open up your map, you can see always the structure of the ruins. Let me just zoom in. You can kind of see it there, and this is where we're going. And there is a teleporter over here. I don't know where that teleporter takes you. I don't think it's anywhere too important, but I'm not gonna hit it. Let me know. Tell me in the comments. I don't remember where it takes you, but I don't think it's important. Pick that up, and of course it's mushrooms. Why is it always mushrooms? I do not know. And we need to kind of explore, but I believe over there, that's where we actually need to go. Let me check this little spot out down here. And so far there's nothing, but this is where the NPC actually is. She's standing right here. There's no reason to talk to her yet, because we need to get these eyeballs real quick, which are called like grapes, but in reality they're eyeballs. And I think that because of the Revenger's Shack, if you remember that, there was that guy who invaded us. He also dropped some of those grapes, so we actually have some in our inventory right now. And I know that in each location that you go to, you're supposed to actually get the grapes for, but I think we're good because we've already gotten the grapes from that Revenger's Shack. There's a ton of enemies in here, so watch out. And the place we need to go is right here. There's a staircase leading down. I'm just double checking. There is an item right here. Let's pick that up. And now let's go on down. I'm going to hop off the horse. And I believe there's a chest down here, and the grape is down here as well. So open this up, and let's run on over here and pick that up. And that is actually the item, I believe, that gives you +5 faith, the accessory or talisman. So we just got the grape. Now let's go back to the girl. And then I actually might go and continue her quest again. So she should be over here. Let me just ride on over. Watch out. Do not mess with that lobster, whatever you do. They are so annoying. Let's go ahead and hop off if I can. There we go. And we can talk to her. And she is going to want the grape. So give it to her. And now she's going to move again. Let me talk to her just to make sure she's going to move. And where she's going to go now is actually back over here. Let me get rid of this. Don't need that on the map anymore. But we're going to go to this Gate Town Bridge Grace. And she should be standing over here. Now, I think this is it for her quest until later, where she's going to maybe be in the capital? I don't really remember exactly. But I believe the next spot is in the capital. So we don't have to worry about this anymore for a while. So talk to her and give her the grape. If you've done the Revenger's Shack, I'm pretty sure you should have another one. And you need to tell her the truth, which is that they're human eyes. Super creepy, man. She's eating these things. What's wrong with this girl? And look, she's actually disgusted. She's like, oh my god, what have I been doing? This is crazy. And also, we already do have, like, the final item, because there is this church, which is all the way up here. And we've already went here and got that item. But now we can actually go ahead and teleport back over here. And we're going to make our way to these catacombs. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this ahead, and I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, well, I am back. Let me go ahead and hop on the horse. And remember, you can see this statue. So it's just over there, and it's pointing us down this hill. And I hate this Catacombs because one of the earliest videos I watched for this game was a video about how to become, like, overpowered and stuff, like, right away. Which, it was okay video. But the big problem with the video was that the guy kept cutting the video and not really showing exactly how to get to places. And I remember, like, there's one part which was just a bunch of bonus stuff, and this was mentioned that you can come here, get some upgrade materials for your summon to make your summon stronger. So I tried to come here and find this place, but I could not find this place. It took me forever. It was terrible. Now, that is a Somber Smithing Stone level 2, which we definitely do not need those. We have too many of them. If you want to find this Catacombs a lot easier, once you pick that up, just hug the wall over here, and you're going to find it no problem. But this is where it is. So I'm going to just hug the wall, and here we go. Now make sure you hit the grace in here. And there are some really annoying enemies, which I think this might be the first time we will encounter these guys. And these are like these ogre enemies, and they're very aggressive. Now with a shield, any aggressive enemy isn't so bad. But when you have to dodge these enemies, and you don't have a shield, and you have to rely purely on dodging and evading them, the aggressive enemies are really annoying. So make sure you send the elevator back up to grab that. I'm also going to put the lantern on, and obviously you know what's in here. There's going to be some gargoyles, and of course there's always one around the corner. Let's try to take him out. Come here. Bounce off so I can guard counter you. And let's get the item that's over here. And I believe the giant door, the heavy door, is right there. And now we need to go down these steps. And there's two places to go, but the right place to go is actually all the way down. So we don't want to go there yet. We want to wait on that because we want to actually get all the other stuff. So down these steps, if you want to hop down again, that is where we actually have to go the right way. So instead, we're going to go the wrong way. And watch out, there's traps, but that's fine, because I have a shield and I can block everything. Watch out, hit this guy. And just over here, this is going to be our very first one of these ogre guys. And because we're so OP, this shouldn't be a problem. Let's check it out. Oh my god. I one-shotted him. I did not expect that. I was expecting to two-shot him. These guys have a lot of health, and on top of that, they just attack, and then they attack, and then they attack, and then they attack, and they just don't stop attacking. Now, you can stun them a little bit with some of your attacks, but they are so aggressive, and I definitely think that they're probably up there for one of the worst enemies in the whole game just to deal with, especially later on. There's going to be some sewers, and when we go to these sewers, there's a bunch of those guys, and man, those guys in the sewer can be stupidly annoying. So there is one of these doors here. We need to unlock it with a stone key, and there's going to be some stuff. I believe there's a gargoyle. Yep. And of course, because I had the message up there, I couldn't attack, I couldn't do anything. Anytime you got that message up there, make sure you absolutely press the triangle to get rid of it. And also, it's up to you if you want to open that or not. That was a helmet I just got, and honestly, I don't really see the point of the helmet. There's definitely a gargoyle in here. I knew it. I heard him. Got the plant though. There's another gargoyle. Take him out. And now we can come on over here. But it's up to you if you ever want to open up one of these doors. If you're watching the video and you see that I get an item and it looks like it's really dumb, don't waste your key. It's really just up to you. If you want to get every single thing in the game, that's fine. But hey, look at that. I actually got 2 items. And yes, there's going to be multiple gargoyles. I believe there's another one as well. Let me pick all this stuff up. Give me that. Be ready for the gargoyle. Come on. Guard counter him. And we can go into this room over here. Of course, there's like a billion gargoyles in here. Oh my god, there's like 3 of them. You could totally use the trap, by the way. That is always an option. Hit the trap and just kind of chill. And of course, this gargoyle is really clever and actually was able to avoid that. But that is the scythe, which is definitely not a bad weapon at all. But let's go ahead and drop down. And now we need to drop down all the way. And down here on the bottom, there's going to be 2 of these ogre guys. And man, they are really nasty too, with all their boils. Like, they have terrible skin. It's just creepy. But that was the first time we actually got one of those ghost ones, and that's a level 3, so that's not bad. And when they ever do their kick, they have like super armor. That's another thing. That kick can be very annoying, because you want to be able to stun them so that you can do as much damage as possible. And bleed does work well against them. So later on, this weapon might not just kill them right away, but the bleed will eventually get them. And that's just awesome. So we need to run over here. We got all the items back there. And there is another one, but there's a trap. And we can actually use the trap. So hit that. And this guy's going to take some damage. Of course, he's pretty tanky, though. Hit it again, and he's a goner. Goodbye. I believe there's one more coming up. But just look around real quick. And there is a ladder. Let's climb up the ladder. And I think the last one is actually up here on the top of the ladder. But you can always get a backstab on a lot of these guys because they're all turned around for the most part. But you know me, I don't do that. I just kind of run in and take them all out. Need to use an FP potion. Let's pick that up, which are some ashes. What was going on with that guy? I guess he was being thrown because that looked really goofy. Watch out. Of course, there's going to be gargoyles. Might be another one in here, but let me pick that up. I think we're good. I don't think there's any fake walls or invisible walls in here, so I think we're good on that front. Now we need to go back up the stairs, and this is going to take us back to where the heavy door is. Watch out, there could be a trap. But we're just going to go all the way back. And the boss in this place, I believe, is one of these weird cat statue enemies. And this one is one of the magic ones. And the magic ones are more annoying, mainly because they have the slam attack, and their slam attack is just frustrating. But I should be able to take it out no problem. It's going after my wolves, which is good for me. Oh yeah, I'm doing huge damage. Ow! The main thing is, hopefully it doesn't do its slam. There's a magic attack though. And we are good. Took that out, and now we can get out of here. And where we're gonna go back to this grace, and we're gonna head down this way. To be honest with you, this item, I think I already picked it up, that's why I have it there, but it's literally on the road. But the main thing we need to get down to is down here. There is an item all the way down there, and there is a grace along the way. So, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this ahead. I'm gonna see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, let me go ahead and hop back on the horse. Gotta figure out where to go. It's this way. And you really can't miss this item. It's like right on the road. And I don't remember what it was. It might have been a crafting material. It could have been a golden rune. But I did decide to just pick it up. And whenever I do that, I'm always going to put that little tree icon on the map. So if you see that, you can always go and check it out. And you can find the item. Stupid dog, leave me alone. But we're just going to roam right past all this. And if we keep going up the road, I can already see it. There is the grace. So the grace is just over here to the right. Make sure you grab that. And this weapon we're about to get, it's at the very end of the road. It's a pretty cool weapon. I love all of the great spears. I think they're all really good. Unfortunately though, they're all special weapons. I can't actually seem to think of one that's not a special weapon. Mainly meaning that you have to use Somber Smithing Stone to actually upgrade it. But the downside to that is you can't change the Ash of War on it. So you're locked into it. And that's a problem. I wish you could definitely change it because there's so many really cool great spears. But the main thing about the great spear that makes it so awesome is the running attack. The running attack is so good, especially in PvP, because it's really good at roll catching. In PvP, a lot of that is actually all about catching people on their rolls, and the Great Spears are just amazing at doing that. There is this guy over here. Ow, he's stomping on me. Let's take him out. Stop stomping. There we go. And at the back of this carriage, this is where we're going to find the weapon. Let's hop off. Actually, it's not in the back. It's in the front. What am I talking about? So just hop on up, and let's open up the chest. And now we can pick this up, and it's the tree spear. And like I said, it's a pretty cool weapon. I believe it comes with, like, a buff for holy, where you can actually buff your weapon with holy, and that's kind of cool. Now, I think we need to go here. Man, how many times have I actually went back to this grace? It's crazy. But we're going to go all the way over here, and there's a couple things to get over here. But the main thing is, there is a grace, and this is the artist shack, which is going to be another one of the paintings. And there's also like a tower over here, which we will have to come back later on, because as we're doing the Ranni questline, we will get an item that's going to flip the tower upside down. And that's going to be like much later, maybe at the halfway point of her quest is when you will get that item. But now we're just going to head over this way, and let's take out these wolves. And we're just trying to make our way all the way up to the artist shack. There's actually another one of these boat bosses over here as well. And we could take that out, because why not? And just kind of ignore some of these guys. I don't think I've ever traveled this road. I'm going to be honest. This is like the first time. Definitely, this is the first time I've ever traveled this road. That's a really creepy looking crab. Normally, I always go like a different way to actually get up to the artist shack. And I've never done that before, where I'd taken that road. There's really nothing there, I guess. But here's the boat boss. We can't really miss it if we're taking this route. And again, I could summon. I guess you can't summon for this fight. But I could buff. Don't need to, though. It's interesting. Oh, yes, I can summon. What am I talking about? Let's do that. There it is. You just have to look out for that icon. That's it. I just didn't see it right away. And this thing is trying to summon some skeletons. Again, I really feel like the boat bosses are so easy on the horse compared to on foot. Watch out. There's something trying to hit me. And get away from that attack. That's a big slam attack that will kill all the skeletons, which is nice. And we got that, and that's going to give us a death root. That's the main thing, and we can give that to that one beast dude. Let's pick this up, which is a crafting material, and let me look around real quick. Later on, this is an important spot. You can actually see it right now. There's a hole in the ground, and there is an FP. I think this is an FP one. Take him out real quick. But there is a hole in the ground there because there is this giant jar. We haven't actually met him yet because I kind of messed up in the very first episode. But we will meet him whenever we're doing the K-Lid area. One of the first things I'm going to go and do is do a tunnel. And in that tunnel, we can meet the jar. And then he's going to move to that red main castle. And at that point, we can meet him again. And then we can actually start doing his quest line. This is kind of a big night over here. Hello, buddy. These guys later on in the game are so annoying because they are very strong. And this one actually is pretty strong himself, to be honest. Come on. Just wanted to take him out just to see. Okay, that's important, actually. I didn't realize that, but he does drop a prayer book. So definitely fight him and take him out. Now, let's go ahead and head up to the artist shack. It's just up here. And we can get the painting, and you can hit the grace. And then at that point, we can actually make our way down to one of these wells. So grab that. You know, to be honest, I think that might be the painting that you need to use in that one graveyard. I brought that up earlier. That might be the painting. I'm not exactly sure, but I don't know. I said something where I was watching it, actually, and I could see that I said something about the manor. There was no painting in the manor. I'm just tripping. That's all that is. Now, before I actually go down here, I kind of want to go up to the well. So let me go ahead and put a thing down there. And we need to make our way down. I think, to be honest, though, the only way to get to that grace down there is actually from the lake. But we can get there from just jumping over this way. Yeah, you definitely don't want to try to jump down there. That's death. Now over here, there's another prayer book and an emote. Let's go grab that real quick. Bunch of fire enemies and fire cultist enemies over here. And in this little camp, you're going to find both of those. Try to take out the enemies real quick. And there's probably a big one over here. Yes, there is. Let's take the big one out. Come on. Ooh. Aw. I like that armor. I wouldn't mind getting the armor. So, it's not a prayer book, actually. It is Flame Cleanse Me. That's a good spell. It doesn't require too much faith, I don't think. But it can heal poison and Scarlet Rot. And that's the big one, is the fact that it can heal Scarlet Rot. Now, you know what? I am tripping because I'm getting this conflated. I'm thinking that this is the spot where you get the prayer book and the emote. That's not actually the case. Because later on, not later on, but on the western side, we got that. There was a camp with the fire enemies, and we got the emote, and we actually got the prayer book over there, the fire prayer book. So there is a grace right here. Make sure you grab this grace, and we can go ahead and head down. Now, I'm not going to actually head down to this. I don't think I will. There is a grace down here, so once we start going down, if you want to go and get this too, you can, and you can get access to it from the lake if you just want to travel on the lake until you hit that spot. But we can go ahead and start heading down. There is a giant enemy over here, but the main thing is we can go all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to get the grace down there because this is another one of these river wells, and in the next episode we'll do both, probably. Watch out. These guys are fairly aggressive. They're also pretty weak. Once you hit him enough, he should fall over, but he's not. They take a lot of damage, though. A ton of damage. So he's going down. I don't think he respawns. I'm not actually going to go in there yet because, let me show you on the map, all the way up here there is an item. Let's go grab that item real quick, and then we'll come back, and we will go down that river well. I also need to make it noon again. For some reason, it is actually night. I hate that. Take this thing out because it's creepy and it's in our way. There's also a giant bear over there. I really don't want to mess with him, so let's not do that. And let's just go ahead and head over here. And this is kind of hidden. It's nothing too important, though, to be honest, because it's a stone key. But why not? It's just kind of like out of the way and hidden. Oh, there's another bear. Okay, there's a couple giant bears over here. They're actually called rune bears, and they are always annoying, to be honest. Even the weaker ones are just frustrating to deal with. But now I can go ahead and hop in here and ride this elevator all the way down, which is going to take forever because the underground is ridiculous on how far it is actually underground. And there's a ton of different spots in the underground, but this is one of the main ones, which this one is kind of connected to another one that we will get access to later with the side quest. But I do believe going down this way, there are some unique things that you can get down here that you can't actually get to if you go the other way. But here's the grace, so I'm just going to hit the grace, and now I can get out of here. Don't want to explore it yet, but the main thing down here, you can already see it. There's giant ants. Man, they're not fun. I just kind of find them to be creepy. So we're going to go down here now to this tower, and why did I put that there? I guess I put that there because of the camp. Interesting. And also over here, this is the Church of Vows, which we already have this. There are a couple items up here. Pretty pointless, but there are a couple items. To be honest, I'm probably not going to go up here and grab these items. I'm just going to warn you about that now. If you want to go and get this stuff, you can, but I'm pretty sure they are extremely useless. But I'm going to go ahead and fast travel out of here. I'm going to cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, well, I took a quick little break, and I did go ahead and come up here, and I explored this area. There is an item up here, but it's a crafting material, and you will actually get that material from the Catacombs all the time, so it's really not worth it. But I also noticed that I did miss a smithing stone level 4 over here. It's right next to the artist shack, so make sure you go and get that. I'm going to put my beacon down, and we're going to head down to this tower, and this is a spot where you can potentially rage. When I first came here on my very first playthrough, I didn't have a problem with this, but I was dual wielding this sword, and that was so much fun and so OP. But the thing is that my friends, I heard them come here and they were raging. I'm like, uh-oh, what is over there? But basically, there's going to be a female sorcerer, and this sorcerer is OP. It will teleport like crazy, and it's super annoying. Now, over here, by the way, if you want to go get this one grace I talked about before, you can just go this way. You can see it off in the distance right there. So if you want to go and grab that, you can go this way to get to it. But we're going to head over to this tower, and hopefully I won't have too many issues here. But the main thing to do is to do your running attack. Your running attack seems to be the best way of actually catching this sorcerer before it can teleport away. At first, this is going to be fairly easy, but then it's going to get hard. It really will. And eventually we can come back here and we can flip this tower upside down. And this is going to take us to one of the divine towers for the great runes. But that's going to be later on. But let's go ahead and hit the elevator. There are a couple items in here, nothing too important. And also, because the tower will flip, you're going to see weird stuff in here. And the weird stuff that you see is really for whenever the tower will flip. Like that window, it looked like that window was something special. Maybe we could jump into it. That is something, but it's going to be later on when the tower flips. Let's go ahead and head up the stairs. Get ready for this. Actually, I was going to buff, but I don't have time to buff. And now we can actually get some free hits right away. I'm going to try to Ash of War here. There we go. And now this thing is programmed to teleport whenever it loses like certain amounts of health. So right now it's up top. We can probably get a couple more hits. I'm going to actually two-hand just because I think I can do the most damage with the two-hand. I want to get this free hit before it gets to the next part. When it gets to the next part, that's where things get really crazy. And nice. This thing is so weak. Unfortunately, I didn't kill it. There's an item right here. Let's pick this up. But one running attack will finish it off. And we're going to head up top. But trust me, this is where it gets very frustrating. And yes, potentially you can kill it before it gets up here. I think that's what I did on my first playthrough. I actually killed it before it ever got up here. And I got lucky. But this part, this thing is going to start teleporting like crazy. If wizards could actually teleport like this in PvP, everybody would be screaming for the nerfs. I mean, this is ridiculous. Look at this teleport. And what's even crazier is that this thing can actually teleport while charging the spell. Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. Now, one thing you can do is actually kind of juke it by going left and right. Oh man, I almost had it. Stupid, stupid thing. Rush in. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Teleport is so strong. Pick that item up and try to avoid most of this. God, this is very annoying. And if I can just get the hit off, I just have to get close enough in the middle of the animation and you might be able to get the attack off. Whoa, watch out. Stamina is a problem here. It really kind of is. Shoot your stupid attack. I'm going to try to keep avoiding. Oh my god, how did I not hit it? I got it. Okay. I was about to say, I better hit that thing. Because that was a clean hit. But now, we can go ahead and climb up. I'm telling you right now, this place just might make you rage. It's super annoying. It's worth coming in here just because we're trying to complete everything. But trust me, that is just frustrating. Now when you climb up here, there's really like nothing up here but some rats. Man, be careful because gravity can get you here. Blocking is definitely something that can be useful while you're up here. But up on the top of this ladder, and look at that dead body. See how that's really weird looking? That's because of when the tower flips, that will be an item at some point. But there is an item up here. Don't do your running attack. You can literally run right off the map. But go ahead and pick that up. That's a talisman that will increase the amount of FP recovered when you use an FP potion. Not very good. Now, let's go ahead and get out of here. And we are going to go back to this grace. And we're going to head up here. I'm actually going to go ahead and put a beacon down right by that grace. Oh! Ooh! I should have just teleported right away. That was really scary. I'm actually sweating now. Oh, I hate gravity. But we're going to come up here, and this place is also very annoying. It just is, unfortunately. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this ahead, and I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, well, there's actually two paths we can go here. There's a path to the right and a path to the left. Probably going to go to the left first, but I need to remember about the right, because if I don't, I'm going to forget about it. But do you remember, and I always do this, where I bring up random stuff that happened in previous episodes, but do you remember that we actually talked to the sorcerer guy at the round table, and then we were able to talk to Fia, and then we were able to ask about the black knife blueprint? Well, we can actually go and do that here in this area, so I need to remember to go and do it, because once we actually get that thing, we can give it to that sorcerer guy, and that's basically it for that guy. There's really nothing else to do with him. Okay, now this is annoying. These archers are very frustrating. Chill over here, and now once it shoots, you can go, and we need to go straight and then make a left, and you definitely want to try to juke around a little bit. Now, if you want to try to fight these enemies, that's fine, but you're probably going to get shot like crazy if you do. So I wouldn't recommend it. Just rush this archer, take the first one out, and it's very awkward and weird, but let me try to hit this one. Come on, just die. There's one more over here. Where did it go? There should have been another one. I guess it took off. Well, whatever. The main thing is the grace that's right here. Make sure you grab this, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. We're going to put a beacon right here. Here's a lake. And we're putting the beacon right there because there's an item. But there's also a walking mausoleum. There's actually two of them in this area. I'm actually going to heal. Now, these mausoleums only have one real attack that can kind of destroy you. So watch out for that attack, and outside of that, you should be fine. Now, it's going to probably do it right away. It's going to jump up in the air. There it is. You can see that it's going to bend all of its knees, and when it does, it's going to do it. So just run away and then come back. And if you see that it's going to do it again, that's when you just need to run away. It's really just that simple. And we're going to do the same thing we always do, which is try to take over the world. But besides that, we're also going to hit all this white crap, and this will kill it. So just get close to all of it and smack it. And after so many, it looks like it's going to do the attack again. I'm running away. Just try to get as far as you can. And now I can go back and hit more white crap. Oh, it's coming down actually. Well, that's good. We don't really need to grab this yet. Trust me, later on, we might want to get more of these remembrance. So at that point, once we have a lot of the bosses killed, we can come to any of these and we can pick up more of them. If we want to get both the spells in some cases, or if we want to get both the weapons, we can always go ahead and do that. Or if you just want to pop these and get some runes out of them, you can too, but you might want to save these. So in here, I'm just going to go ahead and put my little marker down, which I'm using the flag for these. So we're going to put one down here, and now I can remember later on that there is one of these that is down. It will not get back up, and that's good. Now we're going to come up here, and we're going to get this item. So just jump on up. And right here on this ledge is an item. Let's pick that up. That is a talisman or a shield? I think it's actually a shield. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And there's another item over here, and there's a grace. I think we actually have to maybe get to the grace. Let me check it out real quick. Is the item back here? No. We do need to go up to the grace. So to get to the grace, just kind of go past all these broken down statues and go up the hill. And this grace is going to be right here somewhere. There it is. And there's another one of the walking mausoleums. I believe it has the exact same attack as the other one, where we'll jump up in the air. So that's the only thing to watch out for. Outside of that, just hit all the white crap. And there is an item. It's going to be back here. So just kind of keep roaming. I'm online so I can see all these messages, and they're kind of pointing it out. Bunch of crafting materials back here too, which is nice. Let's pick that up. And that is the talisman. I don't remember what that does. I'll probably check it later. Now let's go ahead and come back, and we'll deal with the walking mausoleum. Hopefully it won't crush me. I don't think it will. And it's kind of weird that there's two of them like right next to each other. This area is actually called like the Mausoleum Compound. I believe that's what the grace is called. And that makes total sense. Let's go on over there and start smacking this guy. Is he gonna do it again? Okay, no he's not. Don't crush me, don't crush me. Oh man, that was close. That was really close. I guess these are actually a little bit weaker. I wonder if your damage of your sword actually affects this, because I feel like I took out that first one really quickly. Normally I always feel like I have to hit like a ton of these things off of here to actually kill it. But that first one, it seemed like it went down right away, unless these are just weaker. I kind of got lucky there. It looks like it's about to jump up again. This one likes to jump a lot more than the other one, that's for sure. But it could just be an RNG thing, and it's coming down. Yeah, look at that. That's really weird. I've taken these out before on my other playthroughs. I've never killed one so fast. Just need to find the door, and I'm gonna open it and put my little marker down so I'll remember later. It should be just up here. There's also one of these tree bosses that we're gonna take out in this area. Now this is a tree boss, by the way, that is definitely worth remembering for other playthroughs, because what this one's gonna drop is a ton of magical things for your mixed potion. And what I mean is that it's going to drop an increased attack damage for holy. Let me go ahead and get rid of this, and I'm gonna put a little waypoint right there to go and get this item, whatever that is. But it's going to increase your holy damage, so if you're doing like some type of holy weapon or a holy build, that's really nice. It's also going to increase your magic damage, which is super good if you're a sorcerer or if you're using a magical weapon that scales off of intelligence. I believe there is a scarab up there. And then the other one is your lightning damage. So if you're doing any type of lightning build, you can increase all the damage of that. So this is definitely one of the tree bosses to remember, so you can come back to it and actually take it out. I think we have to go around for that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. In fact, I believe we need to make our way up to the church. And from the church, we can get these things. So we are going to go and deal with this boss, and then I'll go get that stuff later. We already have the church. I've showed you before how to get to it. Let's take these guys out. And this boss shouldn't be too bad, to be honest. But just remember this, I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many times on different playthroughs I've come here early just to take this guy out because I wanted this stuff for the mixed potion, because it can up your damage. If you're ever using a magic sword or a fire sword, no, I said fire. This one doesn't drop the fire one. We already killed the one that drops the fire one. But lightning, holy, all of that. So I'm just making sure we kill all these guys, because otherwise they will be annoying in this fight. These guys are actually fairly aggressive. They are a little bit annoying, I'm gonna be honest, because they don't really bounce off either. Now we can go ahead and summon. Let's do that. And I'm going to see if I can buff. Yes, I can. Awesome. And let's pull that out. I guess I will use my mixed potion too. We're just going all out. Why not? And let's rush in there and start smacking this boss. Make sure you switch back to your potions as well. And yeah, we're doing good damage. Now we can just kind of either block. Doesn't really matter. Okay, it's doing that attack. Oh, never mind. I thought that was going to bring out all the beams, but it didn't. That was dumb of me. I should have not tried to do a jump attack. The normal running sprint attack should have done the job. But it's all good. It's dead. And yeah, this is definitely one of the best tree bosses to come and kill, because every one of those things can be super useful depending on your build. Now I'm just trying to look around, because I don't even think we can get to the church from right here. No, we're actually by the tree. Maybe if you cut around you could. Technically, I could actually hop down over here maybe and get to these catacombs, because that is the place we need to go for that black knife stuff. I guess I can. And I don't think there's any items. This looks safe to me. I'm hoping it is. It is. That's nice. There is a crafting material right there. Let's pick that up. And I'm just kind of looking around. Let me go ahead and put my beacon down. So the catacombs is going to be right here. And if I remember right, there's actually a rune bear, one of those giant bears, along the way. And those things are really annoying. There's also a ghost knight that you can actually farm. The great shield that these things wield, I think, is better than the one I have. I don't care about that, because I have decided as well, and some people are going to hate me for this, but I'm pretty sure I'm actually going to upgrade this shield to the fingerprint shield. Now, if you don't know what that is the most overpowered shield in this entire game. So we're gonna get that later on in the capital, and that shield is ridiculous. So I'm really excited to use it, but at the same time, the only thing I'm worried about is they may nerf it, but even if they nerf it, it still is gonna be very, very good. But that shield is so strong, because if you're used to using shields right now, you might kind of realize that when you get hit, you take a little bit of stamina damage. And when you take that stamina damage, eventually, if you get hit enough and you're just blocking and blocking and blocking, you're going to lose all your stamina, and then you can actually be punished for that. Well, the fingerprint shield, if you actually have it where it's standard, you can actually change it. You can change the actual war on it. It is a standard weapon, which is insane, by the way. The fact that it's a standard weapon is fairly ridiculous. But the thing is that with this shield, if it's standard, you can actually get it so that you can take no stamina damage when blocking. There is an actual war in the game. It's called Barricade Shield, and it's really strong, to be honest, because what it does is that it makes it so that when you are blocking and the actual war is active, you take no stamina damage at all while blocking. Now, it has a pretty short duration. And they did even nerf it, because at first, they didn't actually have it nerfed, and it had a fairly decent duration, and people were abusing it in PvP, so they nerfed it. But the fact that this Great Shield can actually do the same thing, literally, you can take no stamina damage at all while blocking, is insane. Super overpowered, and they definitely need to probably nerf it, just because it's way too strong. Now, you need to kill the Summoner. That's why those skeletons were coming back to life, is because that guy was alive. And you can see it on the skeletons. They have like that little fire on them. That means there's a summoner, and there is one in this room too. This is kind of tricky, but you need to stand on this thing, and now we can hop over here and take this guy out. And this is actually the way we need to go if we want to get to the boss. Let's hop down over here and pick that up. But first, we're gonna come down here. This is one of those catacombs or dungeons where it's really confusing, really confusing, because you might be looking around forever not realizing you have to ride that blade up to the top. So that's really clever of them to come up with some of this stuff. But if we drop down here, I mean, technically, I think we can open that door eventually. So I could have actually not came down here. It's all good. There is a giant crab. I think the crab is over here. And then there's a second giant crab as well. Let's just Ash of War. That one shot at him, no problem. Pick up this item back here. Pick that up. And let's pick this up as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and run up to this crab and take him out. There we go. And I want your item, crab. Give me that crab eggs. I'll take it. Now we need to actually go up top like I did before, and that's the way to go. There are actually, believe it or not, 2 bosses here. One is for that side quest I was talking about, and then the other one is the actual real boss of this level. And there's also one of those death roots in here. So again, just let this go down, and then we're going to try to walk on top of it and let it take you up, and now we can jump. And where this one boss is, I believe it's a fake wall. So there's a summoner in here. I'm just kind of blocking and moving around, but I'm trying to get to him. He's going to be right over here, and all 3 of these skeletons should die once he dies. Yep. And let's come on over here. So over here, this is the fake wall. Actually, when we drop down here, this will take us to the switch that we need for the heavy door. And the heavy door is where we will actually find the real boss, where this is just a little side boss over here. Take that one out, and let me look around. I thought I seen an item, but I guess I am tripping. Open this up, and you can buff for this. This boss, I don't really feel like it's going to be too difficult. Maybe I can summon. Let's check it out. Can I? Nope. Can't summon for this one. Well, that's all good. Yeah, these things can be very annoying, but blocking is great. And by the way, this is actually one of the best summons in the whole game. I was talking about the one summon, which is the dung eater guy. Very strong. But then the other one that's really strong is one of these Black Knife Assassins. You can get this at the end of that Ranni questline, and it's really powerful. Again, though, the thing is that it requires a lot of FP to use, so it's a really good idea to actually get that item for the mix potion where we won't use any FP, and that's awesome. So hop down here, and now we're on the other side. That's why I really didn't need to go down there, because technically we're just going to open the door anyway. And we can also hit this switch, and this is going to open up the heavy door, and now we can go and fight the boss. Oh crap, bunch of skeletons. You know I don't like skeletons. I'm just going to go for it because I hate skeletons. I've always been a hater of the skeletons in all of these games, and I don't like the dogs either. I complain about them all the time, but I have nightmares of the skeletons from Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. I just hate them so much, and I hate them worse than the dogs. I really do. Now in this game, they're not that bad, and I don't hate them as much as I hate those birds. The birds are the #1 enemy to me in this game, and second to them would probably be the dogs in this game, and then maybe the skeletons. But in the other games, the skeletons are #1. I'm sorry, that's just the case. Now I can go ahead and actually summon. Let's go in here, and I'll summon the wolves. What is this boss? Oh, okay. This is a very, very easy boss, if I remember right. One hit should maybe kill it. Yep. Wow. That's insane. And there is a chest in here. Make sure you don't miss the chest. This is where the death root is. So let's pick it up. And now we can get out of here. And because we have that item, I'm actually going to go ahead and go back to the round table. And I'm going to give that sorcerer guy this item. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, let's go and give this to this guy. And hopefully I didn't mess this up by doing the Fia quest. I don't think I did. So let's talk to him. And we can talk. Oh no, did I mess this up? I really hope I didn't. I think I did. Okay, well, talk again? That really sucks. I'm sorry, guys. Well, here's the thing. It's not a big deal not being able to give him this item, because I guess you actually have to have Dee alive and you have to have this girl still here to make this work. But if you remember, we did talk to her. She gave us the hint about where to go and find that thing. And when you do give it to him, it makes him happy. I remember that. And he just kind of talks about some stuff, maybe give you some more lore. But that's a real bummer. I messed up there. I knew I should have probably waited, and I could have waited. I just wanted to go ahead and progress her quest because I knew that was important. But that's the only thing that is important. His little dialogue that you're going to get doesn't really matter all that much. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and travel up here. And we already have this. We've done this before. Still need to clear this village. And there's actually all this stuff over here. We need to do this converted tower as well. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, cut this ahead. And I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Well, that just really sucks, guys. I feel really bad about that. Because I feel like it messes up my 100%. But it's going to happen, especially with these NPCs. I'm giving you the knowledge on how to do this stuff. And you can learn from me. But at the same time, I'm telling you right now, it's very difficult to actually try to do everything in this game on a single playthrough. It's just tough. Now over here, there's a scarab. Let's make sure we take it out. And there's some rats too. But that's going to give you an incantation. And I will not be able to use my map. But there is something else up here. I'm trying to get away. I believe there's a grace right there as well. Hopefully I can pull up the map. No, I guess there's not a grace right there. Although I could swear that there is. I guess not. But we're going to head down here now. And we will actually... I think this is a bunch of graves. I could be wrong. But if... Yep, it is. I can see it already. Oh my god. Do not want to walk down that way. That would have been death for sure. But let's go this way. And now we can head down to where all these graves are. And then we do have to clear this village. There's a bunch of plants. Watch out for the plants. I'm not going to kill them. They take way too long to kill. Oh man, there's plants in the middle of this area. That sucks. Let's just try to be quick here. Pick that up. Pick this up. And let's roam over here. Try to avoid all that crap. Of course, I can't pick it up. There we go. Oh yeah, these plants, they have madness on them. So if they go for that attack, that sucks. And of course, it's going for it right now. If you get madness on you, you're going to get stunned. And it's very, very annoying. And a lot of times you will just flat out die because you're stunned and you're going to get hit by something. I'm getting madness on me. There's no way I'm not getting madness on me. It might be a good idea to actually kill that giant tree. I said tree. Plant. There we go. Madness. Ah, that's not so bad. It might be a good idea to kill the plant, though, just to get it out of the way. Let's go ahead and hit this. And I think we got everything. And I'm kind of roaming over here to look. Okay. Let me try to pull up my map. I can't. I think we now need to actually head to the village, and then we can head over to that converted tower, which is actually one of the places where we need to use that emote. And that might be the only other one we have to use the emote on. Just kind of get out of here. I want to pull up the map, I just can't. There's way too many enemies over here. I don't know where I'm going. I believe I'm going in the right direction. Yeah, there's the village down there. That's an FP scarab. We don't need to worry about that. Let's hop on down. Now, there's actually an item on top of that wall over there where this village is. So let's go get that right now. We need to get it from up here. So just kind of go to where the cliff is, and now we can jump down to the wall. And here is the item right here. Let's pick that up. There's actually a really good item in here. I really like it a lot. If you ever want to do a tank build, tank builds are really fun because you can use like a great shield or something. And then this one item, and if you're going to do a tank build, you can use a great shield and block everything. And then you can use a thrusting weapon, either a rapier type weapon or a spear, and you can poke and block at the same time, and you can have a really cool build. But this talisman is really awesome, because what it does is that it's going to make the enemies attack you more. And the way that that works in co-op is if you attack like a boss or something, the boss will actually instantly come after you. So if you have like a tank build where you're poking and blocking, you can actually like just carry people. You can really help a lot of people out with that build, especially with that shield I talked about, fingerprint shield. And that's something I might actually end up doing at some point. If I'm going to use that shield later, because it's such a good newbie weapon, I may actually go ahead and use a spear to go along with it, or a rapier or something like that. So let me know what you think. I know some people are going to be like, no, don't do that. That's so bad. But remember who this playthrough is for. This is for newer players, and that to me is absolutely the best new player build you can possibly do. Okay, so over here, this is a grace. I'm going to just kind of come over to it. There's the grace right there. And off in the distance, that is this converted tower. I think this is the last thing we actually need to do here. Let me go in and get rid of that. And we can get rid of this as well. And I'm just looking real quick just to double check to see was there anything else over here I haven't done yet. Nope, I'm pretty sure I've done everything. So let's head on over. And there's going to be a giant over here. I think it's like a mage. It's so weird when you see like a mage giant. But it definitely has that goofy helmet on. And that's just funny. It's not really a mage. Maybe it has some magical attacks. I think it has that troll greatsword, which is a magical weapon. And I'm just double checking over here. I don't see anything right now. We can go ahead and head into the tower. This is going to be very easy though, because all we actually have to do is the emote and we are good. So let's hop off, stand right here, and we got to do this weird emote again. And I don't think there's another one of these towers like this. I think we're done with this. But that's why getting that emote is so important from that guy. And did that do anything? I must have messed it up. Oops. Let's check the message. Yep, that's it. I just must have messed it up because I moved or something too early. Let's do it again. And I'm not even gonna move at all, just not touch anything. And it's just gonna break the seal. It should, at least. In the other tower, we got the magical ladder that appeared. Hello? You gonna work? Nothing is happening. Hello? Oh man, what's going on here? I don't know why this isn't working. Very strange. Maybe I need to like quit out and come back in here because I think it's broke. This should work. I've done this before in the past too. Break the seal. Okay, well, I am actually going to go ahead. That's funny. That guy is attacking it. He doesn't know what he's doing. I'm going to go ahead and quit out and load back in because I don't know why this is actually not working. Armor? Oh, do we have to be naked for this? I think we might have to be naked. Maybe that's it. Very interesting if that's the case. Oh no, it's the helmet. I'm starting to remember this now. You need to put on one of these helmets, I think. Yeah, this one is a little different, as you can see. Okay, I remember now. I almost forgot. You have to put one of these helmets on. I don't think it matters which one, but any of these helmets, and then you have to do the emote. That's what it is. Thank you, random guy who put down that message. And I know you guys don't want to see my naked ass, but let's go ahead and try to put some armor on real quick. I don't care what it is. I'm just putting some armor on so you don't get to see my naked ass anymore. This episode is almost done. And let's come up here. But, again. Oh, hello. That's not cool. Die. Get out of here. Again, though, the message actually helped me out. That's what I'm saying. A lot of times, messages are awesome. People don't always troll. But, of course, there's always going to be some trolls, and that's the unfortunate part. I need to see what's in here. Oh, I know what's in here. This is actually really cool. You can get some awesome sorceries in here. So if you're a sorcerer or you're an intelligence build in the future, remember this spot. Because you can get this hammer attack, which I don't know how good it is. I just know it's awesome. And you can also get a cannon. I guess my controller's about to die. Well, perfect timing because this episode's pretty much done. But the cannon attack is amazing. Again, it's not the best thing in like PvP. It can be useful though for like killing people who might be like camping somewhere. But in PvE, I do think it's really cool. And on top of it, it's just fun. Like the cannon is a lot of fun to use. Alrighty guys, well that's going to pretty much do it for this episode. I really hope that you have enjoyed it and that it has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future episodes of this series, and if you do, make sure you click the bell. That way you can stay notified. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.